Well, we'll start from this year because it was the trickiest year I can remember. Because normally with the propensity to consume like 100%, everything which people were earning in our part of the world were just spending it straight away. This year it has not happened. People are rebuilding their safety margin. So it seems that next year they will have a safety cushion to spend more. So hopefully the consumption will pick up next year, and we'll need it badly, especially expecting German market to slow down. So if not for internal market, if not for consumption, GDP growth would be at risk. And speaking to the corporates, they are preparing for a huge growth for the next year, so I hope they are right.
Will the recovery in consumption be rapid, or will people be caution still prevail?
I think caution will still prevail. Rapid changes, you would have to, maybe if there's a ceasefire and good conditions in Ukraine and the consumer sentiment is improving, maybe that could provide some rapid change, but I wouldn't expect that. So I think we'll be slowly moving into the right direction, but I wouldn't expect a revolution.
Do you see any risk? You mentioned Germany.
Or geopolitics front and center, because if we can imagine that, well, US taking the troops overseas, focusing on Pacific, well, the consumer sentiment in our part of the world may go down the drain. So that's the major risk. And also the risk of Germany is partially the risk of geopolitics plus regulations. Like yesterday we had a meeting with Polish Minister of Finance, and he claimed that US is championing within the technology, Asian in manufacturing, and European Union in manufacturing new regulations. So that's the idea of the Polish government when they come the presidency of European Union next year to change. So hopefully we'll go this way, because currently, like, there is no AI for that sake in European Union, because there can't be under current regulations.
How sensitive do you think people will be to price changes in next years?
Last year they were not price sensitive because everything was getting priced and pricier every day, so we had to accept. This year they are very price sensitive. Like LPP, they increased the prices of reserved brand for that sake 10% this year. Was the same case last year. Last year everybody accepted it, this year not much. So I think it will remain this way.
And where do you see the potential for consumption to increase the most? In which sectors?
Well, I think the discretionary parts, so apparel, shoes, I think this part has the most of the growth. Because if you look at the grocery, it was under pressure from the price perspective, but volume-wise it was doing fairly well. And at the end of the day, you cannot eat much more, but you may spend more for sneakers.
Okay, and where on the other hand will consumption not grow so much fast, and why?
Well, I think the food products next year, it's much more about increase of the prices and recovery of the margins than growth of volumes. Especially in Poland, this year was marked by the price war and promo war. So I think that may go away.
Well, let's take it through the companies. So which ones in the consumer sector do you see significant potential for growth? It is shoes, apparel?
Well, basically at this stage, CCC, so a cheap shoe retailer, expanding also to cheap sports goods retailer, adding half price and the new brands, building more and more position in Reebok. I think that's, well, the largest revolution within the whole sector. So I think that they are the most interesting, but generally also LPP, especially with the Sinsay brand of theirs, economically positioned, I think doing reasonably well.